Yeah, it's not the very best solution, but yeah. Oh, looks like we have a Mimi. Let's try to finagle itself carefully. My feline companion is like sitting near me, so I'm like trying to carefully position myself without making too much noise. Alright, I like very, very slightly thought through how I want to do this. I feel like this is still a little bit loud, and I would maybe I should have used like a compressor. I don't know. I guess let me know what you think. Okay. I think what I want to do. I didn't fully think through how I wanted to do this, but I think we're gonna do something like this. Well, maybe take this perspective, like when we're not fishing yet, maybe, and like during prep and stuff. Hmm. I think that's too loud. I thought it was gonna be quieter because of how quiet everything else was. But for some reason, like the clicks and stuff are like way louder. It's kind of weird. Yeah. This is what I get for not trying to set this all up beforehand and just doing it like on the fly. Oh well. Hopefully that's okay. I don't know. I guess let me know what you think. I feel like the music is too loud or quiet, or if the like sound effects are likewise. And so fish we're looking for is going to be found also in a really specific time of year, time of day, and particular spot. It needs to be actually both of the rare fish that we look for come from this one map, but different spots. Maybe we'll sit down for she'll sit down quietly for like hours and hours, and I'll think, oh, okay, well, now it's gonna be a good time for me to attempt to do like some ASMR content, and then as soon as I start, Mimi wants to get really, really excited. Alright, let's see. There is no subquest. Okay. I guess that's fine. We can just wait to time out, to be honest. Especially because ancient fish, they stack up to 99, and so I feel like no matter how many we get to spawn, which is not going to be many, it's there's no way that we'll like get too many and like not be able to carry more. I think that would be really, really insane for us to be able to get over 99. Mimi, can you please do that later? Okay, Mimi, that's okay. Please enjoy the sounds of Mimi attacking my chair. This should actually be a really convenient one. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you for your contribution to the stream. Hey, Vicarian. I mean, people did ask me to have Mimi be involved in the ASMR, and well, they sure do be here. guess we don't even need to worry about the cricket, to be honest. Because we can just continuously catch fish, like... and pick up worms from in the same zone. Wow, this is perfect. Alright, I will, I'm gonna switch to view. Well, I don't know, I guess this could be fine. This could maybe be fine, but we're gonna switch to, this view. Oh, I wonder if we do have to zone in and out. What if this fish stops spawning? Oops. Oh. Why did I pull it? Hopefully the fish are just gonna keep spawning. I think if we get like a full stack of one of the fish that we don't really want to bring back home with us, we can just throw them back, catch and release. Wow, this guy. Hey, baby. Ancient fish. You unlucky motherfucker. An invaluable fish whose entire body has many uses, rumored to also be edible. Unlucky. We will be eating you. You will not get caught and released. And what would be really ideal is if we could manage to get, if we can get like gourmand and fishing expert on the same set, then we could like eat the fish that we catch, like right here, and keep our stamina up that way. It looks like they're pretty actively spawning back in. How is the audio balance? It's like the music versus like sound effects in game. Well, versus me. I attempted to balance it on the fly after we like already went live, but I'm only judging it based on like a visual cue. Oops. It's perfect the way it is. Uh-oh. Wait, are they not giving us worm? Okay, no, they're still giving us worm. Oh, this is actually perfect. We have the stone in front of the worm. Oops. No. That's not what I meant to do. If we have the stone in front of the worm, then when we run out, if we, like, didn't keep track of how many worms we have, we'll throw the stone. Okay, that's good, lemon. Nice that we have like this infinite worm spot right here. This is so convenient. We don't even need to leave the zone. We just hang out here in Quiet Creek. Keep fishing. There's a spooky, suspicious mushroom over there. Hey, moon rocks. Yeah, this is a convenience which comes at only one time of day and one time of the year in one particular area of one map. I think this kind of thing is like is nice. If I don't know if people like this content, this is like that would be, I think, convenient for me as well, because normally I have like a pretty hard time getting everything set up properly so that I can move from like right to left. And so I don't usually end up getting like a very good like left-right balance separation. But in this case, at least while I'm here, like at the fishing hole, and I have like this kind of like zoomed in view, I have something to like actively look at while I can still be back here, moving from like left to right. That sounds nice. I'm glad if you like it. I might do more of these, and I'll probably end up uploading the VODs to YouTube if they're not horribly scuffed. I'm glad if you like it, Phoebe. Yeah, I would be willing to do it more often. I don't know, hopefully won't get too tired. Or like you won't get too tired of it being the same thing, but I feel like that's what I usually do anyways. This is like my usual ASMR content is like rambling about nothing. I'm like usually like tapping on something. But in this case there's kind of like a visual aspect, which is something I wanted to implement. In this case it's like vibey, you know, PS2 fishing, which I don't know. I think that's a vibe. I can still ramble about nothing. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad if you like it, Moonrocks and Phoebe and Joe. Thank you for hanging out. Alright, we ran out of worms there. Let's see if we have to throw anybody back. Let's throw these guys back. We'll keep the great fish. You've been on a writing binge. That sounds good. I think the side effect of this is going to be really funny. If we keep doing this, if we keep doing like a chill fishing streams, then we're going to be able to keep feeding the homies like really, really expensive meals. I don't think there's anybody else on the server that ever will like fish up the rare fish in this game to feed to their friends. Because then, that would require some effort. Because they're rare fish. And fishing in this game also isn't necessarily easy. I mean, it's a little bit easy for us because we have like a fishing set now. But when I used to do it without the fishing skill, it felt like a battle against the fish, We had to almost try to outsmart them. I came up with these crackpot theories oh, an individual fish will have its own personality and it'll want to nibble more or less times, because I would need to predict which nibble would sink the hook, because there would be only a couple frames window to respond. Otherwise, the fish would just get away. But now we can just react. We can just see the line go down, get pulled by the fish, and we can just kind of casually react to it. Get comfortable. Yeah, the window to pull it up is it feels like an iframe sized window or smaller. At least on the rare fish. On the rare fish, I swear it can't be more than 3 frames. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, that was really rewarding to be able to catch them like that, but if we're gonna do extended chill fishing, then I'm pretty glad to have the set to make it actually chill. Maybe we can call it chill fishing to study and relax too. You're getting close to being done with Dark Souls 3, and you don't know what to do after Dark Souls 3. But you're looking for like similar content? The popfish are kind of hard to say. Play Desert Bus. Oh, true. I almost forgot I have some like hot coffee here with me. Oops. Actually, wait, no, this is a good chance. Take a sip of my coffee. Oh, if you guys didn't know this, if you drink like coffee or like black tea or something like that, I mean, I don't know like how effective or important this is, but it has like a kind of an emotional meaning for me because my grandma taught it to me. After you take like a sip of coffee or something, I should take like a sip of water. And my grandma says that can prevent or help prevent like staining on your teeth. Well, my grandma says the best thing to do would be to just brush your teeth, but that's not always convenient. So at least like try to like rinse it with some water. It makes them both taste better because the water and tea change the temperature of your mouth and make them both feel more extreme. Oh, that's interesting. That's something I didn't think about. Yeah, that makes sense because the way the way we experience like hot and cold, or our perception thereof, um, isn't really like based on like an objective sensation of like hot or cold, but it's based on like relativity to our body, right? Like how quickly we're like heating up or cooling down. That's how we like perceive things being warm or cool, and the magnitude thereof. So yeah, that makes sense. Can like cool your mouth with ice water. Oh, I guess it'll also kind of work as like a palate cleanser, like to some extent. Oh, hot cocoa. I wonder if you can do something like maybe it might not work as well. But if your goal is to just create a contrast and not like rinse your teeth, then I mean, maybe like a citrusy sorbet, something that would go well with chocolate, raspberry maybe actually. It'll also like make the sorbet seem like really tart, I think. And then that in contrast should also make the hot chocolate seem pretty sweet. And maybe that would have like an effect where you don't get too tired of one or the other. I know that kind of thing happens, like if you eat something like a really rich meat and then something kind of acidic. Hey Irene, good to see you. Hope you're doing super well. For example, like Korean barbecue being paired with like kimchi, or I think sauerkraut can fit like a similar role in meals. Hey Kana, good to see you. Yeah, I hope you can rest well. I hope you've been alright. Wow, these guys are so finicky. They nibble so many times. I noticed the spear tuna do that too. I think that's like a function of making them difficult to catch. Because normally, the window to catch them after they sink the hook is so small that you need to have known that that's like the one that they were gonna sink it on. You had a rough morning. I'm sorry to hear that. Are we even able to carry more of these guys? Okay, yeah. Honestly, at a certain point, maybe we should just start cooking them. Thank you, Connor. Yeah, I do hope you feel better soon. Oh, we have one more worm. Are less fish spawning? It's kind of hard to tell what's going on because the popfish are so small. If I don't have to zone out, I really don't want to, because there's a chance that Shakalaka will become active, and then we'll have to fight him. It's weird seeing my hunter in a normal t-shirt and jeans. Oh yeah, I did my best to make my fishing fashion set look like just clothes. May you rest well, Lemon. Thanks for stopping by. It looks like there's only... Oh wait, no, there's multiple fish in there. Okay, I think it really might be just that the popfish are like so small. So if multiple of those guys spawn in, it becomes really hard to see if there's any fish left. Whoa. Somebody's like... I hope they're not like falling down. Oops. You know, maybe I should try to see if I can cook with just ancient fish in every season instead of using Spiritina. Ancient fish are more rare, so we're not going to get quite as many of them. But I feel like they're so well suited to like the chill fishing streams because Spiritina are pretty good, but we have to go run back and forth between like this zone and the camp. But ancient fish, they spawn here by the worm gathering spot. So we can just keep fishing and fishing on this one spot without having to leave. It makes it so we basically have like no chance of like having to run into Rathalos. It's just nice. I feel like the fishing in this game is such a gem. It's like such a vibe, and you can do so much more with it than in later games. Because in later games you're never lacking for anything. You can just, you know, buy whatever you need and get lots of buffs and stuff. But you know, in this game, there are some things which are just out of your reach unless you engage with the mechanics to get them. For example, Sleep Shot level 2 requires Sleepy Fish. And in order to get that, you need to go fishing. Okay, I feel like the Sleepy Fish might actually be a reason in itself. You can't buy it. No, you cannot buy Sleep Shot level 2. And you cannot buy Sleepy Fish. If you want to be able to fire it, you must go fishing. I think that in itself might be a reason to sometimes go get some spear tuna. We can get Sleepy Fish. But then again, we have a really good sleep SNS. We don't really need to do that. We have some Sleepy Fish. Support gunning is in a weird place in this game. I think support gunning was actually stronger in Monster Hunter 1 than in this game. And the reason for that is that you cannot purchase small bone husk. That's why you see me taking small bone husk at the end of quests all the time. All of my small bone husk that I have has been either like received from a monster or hand gathered in a bone pile. A small bone husk being the like a huge mainstay of support gunning, because you combine it with gunpray thing for paralysis 2-shot. Well, they have it rough, but there are things you can do that are like clever and cool, in my opinion. So like you can go out of your way to get Sleepy Fish, and I think it's Antidote Herb plus Sleepy Fish if you have Alchemy. That'll produce a sushi fish. And another alchemy combine. If you have sushi fish and you combine it with hot pepper, you can make pop fish. Deserved for playing guns, to be honest. Whatever, dude. Old gunning is cool. I don't know why people hate on gunning. Yeah, back here, you need, like, significant game knowledge. Like, to do adrenaline gunning versus, like, something like Diablos or Rajang, which can roar combo you, you need to do, like, rage counting and make sure that you proc and rage with, like, correct spacing and positioning. It can be, like, every bit as intense as, like, doing Blade on some monsters. I mean, on other ones, it's like, gunning plus health is not intense. You're joking. Gun has been cringe since GU. Well, I'm not going to talk about new gunning, but old gunning. I think old gunning is every bit as respectable as Blade. There are even cases where Blade will be easier than gunning. Like, for example, Rajang. I mean, in my opinion. Because it's just easier to deal with the roar combo. If only they made gunners have to fish in G. Well, you don't have to fish in this game if you want a gun. It's just there are certain benefits to fishing. Fishing in this game gives you benefits in terms of like your culinary arts, both from your cat chef and what you make yourself. For example, see this guy right here? Well, not the wetfish. The great wetfish. If I were to cook that up, I could turn it into a gourmet G-class fish, which is like a super immunizer. Oh no, we're losing our great popfish. Dude. Whatever, honestly. If we're bringing back a full stack, it's already good. Is that like jerky and for you? Yesn't. I think that's gonna be a great wetfish. So here's what we're gonna do. In some ways it's better than jerky, and in some ways it's worse. Because jerky, you eat it really fast. When you eat like a gourmet fish, it has like the whole steak eating animation, so it takes a really long time. But the benefit is that the immunizer effect lasts, like, especially if you eat one that I did, that I just made. It has like a really, really long immunizer effect. Since we know the fish aren't just gonna spontaneously despawn, since we don't have to zone, we can actually just use the cricket. Yeah, what's the great whitefish? If we can learn to identify them, we can know when we should be cooking them up. I mean, I guess what we could do, we could also just never let our stack be at full. Like, for example, a great popfish. We could just cook this guy up. The problem is I do really want to bring these back, because I like the idea of using them for gunning. Like being able to have a bunch of normal 3-shot sounds kind of cool, even though it's not necessary. I've been fishing for the entire quest timer. Yeah, I get to do that because ancient fish actually stack up to 99, plus they spawn. This is the most common that they spawn, is a 3% rate. Usually it's anywhere from like 0% to like 1 or 2%. And that's like at the tower, where you can't usually go there. This is like in this one area on this one map at night in cold season. It goes up to 3%. And then, you know, it's like, I think it's like a nice vibe here. And there's this warm spot. So it's like, I feel like it works out perfectly. Yeah, the fancy food in this game is like, man, I mean, you know, why did they take this out, you know? Why did they make it so you just pay 50 zenny and you get whatever food you want? This system is so cool, in my opinion. Mimi, like, so I have like this like coffee table, right? I have this coffee table to my left so that Mimi can like sit next to me, and I put a fluffy blanket on it to like kind of pat it, and then I put her bed on top to like make her like a sort of nest. And she, when she was pogging out, she ended up flinging it onto the floor. And no, she's just using it in like the middle of the room. It has like the aesthetic of like you know, like when someone's like in a bed that's like way too big for them. Cause like she put it in like the middle of my carpet, right? I've got like this pretty large rug. And she put it in almost the exact middle. So she looks like a little bean on like a big carpet. Let's... oh. Uh-oh. We're not gonna be able to catch that one. Let's release some of our fish. Oh, we can't release them like this. We have to pull our line back. When your dog sleeps in the dead center of the bed. Yeah, like that kind of thing. When someone's like way too small for their bed. Dude, who is laying on a horn at 2 a.m.? Let's release these guys too. I like how our hunter is like so disappointed. But that's actually what we wanted. We wanted to just fail out of the quest without having to do any combat. I had originally intended to do this for longer. But I'm getting pretty hungry, so I think I'll end here. But I think we'll do this again sometime. I don't know if I want to use the word soon. Maybe soon. I don't know. I'm not gonna like plan out when, but we're definitely gonna do this again. Thanks for hanging out, Mika. Thanks for hanging out, Joe. And everybody else. Whether you are here for the stream, or maybe watching a VOD, or maybe on YouTube. Thank you so much. Peace be with you, and may you be greatly blessed, loving kindness. Mika. I mean, I don't know, I feel like that's the knife emote works in a way, and I did intentionally make it look like my heart emote. Alright, let's find somebody to raid. If we can't find anybody, maybe we will just end. I don't know. Let's see Birdie Bobo. I like Birdie Bobo. Hopefully show them lots of love. See you around.